I'm going to quickly take you through the platform. Now, this is not designed to give you a overall walkthrough of the solution, just to give you a sort of a follow-on to what John showed you, and kind of show you how we can use business service management to really to help you get to alerts and get to the heart of issues faster. All right, so I'm going to start just by showing you the business services dashboard. So when we are talking about all those dials that you saw on the presentation, again, they can be representing anything from a technology environment, from a business process, to an actual customer. So I am going to drill into customer D. Again, this is in the scenario of a managed service provider who wants to see, okay, where am I at in terms of the overall health of this one customer? Now, you can see from the start, we're at 83% health, which puts us in warning. We're not at critical yet, but we want to be able to get to the issues that are most affecting the health of this customer. So, as John was pointing out, you have an overall view to every technology layer here. In this case, this is Zen Desktop running on Nutanix, a Nutanix Acropolis on top of Lenovo hardware. Now, you don't want to have to be running around trying to find which layer or where every metric is, and so in this case, you want to be able to focus on what's giving you the biggest problems. So you could look at each of these. So the Citrix layer has some critical alerts on it. So does the network layer. But obviously, it's the MySQL or MySQL level that is probably affecting your service performance overall the most. So you can get down immediately into that layer. You can see that that this one alert is most critically affecting. So you don't have to chase around. You can just get to that specific alert right away. Now, you can see all of the events that are occurring. You can create these visual maps. Again, this is just another way of sort of visualizing the environment that much more intuitively. Or the hypermap. I love this feature because it kind of, first of all, you can open up this tree graph and it just looks fantastic, but it also allows you to see where, just like before, where there are critical alerts on each layer, but you can get right here to the heart of it and then see the metrics that most affecting your service level. You can also see graphs for any metrics that are being collected in the system. So you can look at these over one by one. You can look at them over long periods of time. You can get pretty granular with this. So you can see, in this case, we're looking at CPU usage and see all the heaps of usage over time. And then again, you can get into this. You can look at this on a daily basis, weekly, all through annual, to be able to do more sort of trend analysis. Now, I am going to take you through just a couple reports that I think really are also essential to to trying to get to the heart of issues and basically have you spend as little time as possible actually looking for where issues are originating. So I'm going to take you through this business services or this usage summary report. All right, so what this is going to do is kind of like what John was talking about, limiting the finger pointing. We want to be able to see at a very high level how this customer has been trending, in this case, over the last 31 days. So you can see it broken down into each component layer, each technology layer rather, and and so that you don't have the different groups within an organization kind of, pointing your network people pointing to your hardware people and vice versa. This kind of gets to the heart of the issue right away. So over the past 31 days, this customer has been trending at 85% availability, actually 85.43%. Availability. Now you can see that broken up into the individual days. And then this is probably more important, is being able to see it broken up into the individual technology layers. So you can see that, yes, there's a blip in the network right about here, but that you've got consistent issues in the MySQL database over this whole period. So this is where you really want to be looking when you're trying to decide what's been bringing this down on a consistent basis. You can see that broken up into the individual days here and per level. And you can see this represented in a stat graph here as well. So again, this is just about being able to limit that finger pointing between the different business units. Now, I'm going to take you through another one here. So this is SLA report. And we'll use the same customer here. Let's look over just the past 7 days. All right. So what's nice about this report, it's going to show you kind of along the same lines as the usage summary. But what's nice about this is that it's also a day-by-day breakdown. So it's really with the individual metrics. So you can actually see this as a history report as well. So this is showing you your health based on individual metrics. So in this case, over the past 7 days, 95% of the KPIs that have been coming in have been returning an okay or a healthy response. So you can see how the percentage of each level of metric or broken down. You can look at that per layer as you did before and see the individual metrics. But then also what's nice is that you can get into the beginning, and this is what John was talking about, sort of not so much mean time to repair as mean time to diagnose. So here you can see, all right, broken into each of the technologies, you can see the metric, but also the duration of that metric. So if you get into critical, you can see how long it actually took to isolate that issue and return an okay result. All right, so last up, I'm going to show you one more. All right. So in being able to show you issues over time, we're going to show you a trend report here. In this case, I want to look at the statistics on the SNMP interface for this specific firewall that was associated with that business service we've been showing you. And I'm just really interested in the discards and traffic in and out. By the way, I should say that all of these reports can be generated as PDFs or Excel files. They can be saved and sent automatically generated, and this gets to those separate user groups that are possible when you have a true multi-tenant platform, is that then you can have different business units or different customers in charge of specific or customer groups in charge of specific business processes or customers, and that way you can have these specialized reports and specialized configurations sent to those relevant parties at specific times. So here we're just looking over the past. This is just a daily report, but we can get a bit granular into here and seeing the discards in for this interface. And then you can see the traffic in and out over a few different ports. Here you go as well. And then you can see at a kind of higher level the status or the usage over that same amount of time.